Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Wealth and Wellness, episode 10. And we're back with Coach JT. Today we're going to talk about fitness myths and misconceptions. Right? We've been coaching for a while, and even to this day, it's surprising. You know what I mean? I still hear these myths, and it seems like it's always a new misconception coming up every single day, man.
Yeah, they're,
You
they're
know?
going to put misconceptions
Yeah.
behind everything. But when it comes down to it, most
Yeah.
people, it don't even really matter. That's just people going down a rabbit hole and just looking at so many different things. And the key is to stick to a consistent plan,
Yeah.
something that's balanced. I know we've talked about that before, things that are balanced. But I want to bring up one misconception that a client brought up to me, and it's very obvious misconception, but she had the nerve to tell me that her meal plan doesn't count on Sundays.
Mm.
So for you weekend warriors who eat bad on the weekends and do whatever you want and go off the rails, that is a big misconception. It's just you kind of getting into the comfort zone of what it is you want to do. But guess what? Your body doesn't care what day of the week it is. You got to stay on top of your A game, and
Yeah.
if you are working with a coach and following a plan, it needs to be followed every single day unless the plan opts for you to do something different on a particular day. So that myth right there, one of the big obvious ones is that, on certain days you don't have to follow your meal plan. That might be true, but for the most part, every day counts.
Hmm.
You know.
And I think people don't really like put it in perspective. Like a
Mhm.
weekend is 2 days, right?
Yeah.
7 days out the week is 2 days. It's a third of your week.
Yep. Am I gonna mess up something if I move over a
No,
little
you
bit?
be fine. You be
Okay.
fine. But like a weekend is a third of your week. You
Right.
know what I mean? And over time, like really think about it. Like that's if you do the math on that, 2 times 52, that's 140. I'm good at math. I took college calculus in high school.
Okay.
Might not look like it, but I did.
Hey, that's what's up.
But it's 104 days. That's like a third of your progress right there, and that can make all
Yeah.
the difference. When you really do the math and you really think about it, and you have those days where you know, fuck it, I'm gonna just eat whatever the hell I want. Right? I know I'm supposed to be eating 1,500, or I'm in this cut supposed to eat 1,600, but know what? It's the weekend. These 4,000 calories I'm eating, it's not gonna count. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. Why people think that way? Why do you think it is? Why do you think people do that stuff and just say effing on the weekends?
Because they want to have a good time, man. They
Yeah.
worked hard throughout the week, or maybe they didn't. Maybe there's just stresses over the week, and a lot of people want to make excuses for themselves
Yeah.
so that they feel better for themselves in doing so.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: again, your body does not care how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Your calories in, your calories out is the energy that you put in and energy that comes out, and that is going to matter every single time.
Exactly. No,
So,
that's true. And I tell anybody, like, anyone asks me, hey, man, how's your weekend? I'm like, look, I don't give a damn what day it is. Any day that ends with Y is another day to get better.
yeah.
And I encourage my clients, I tell them, like, hey, know what? They're like, hey, what do we do about weekends? I'm like, what is a weekend? It's just another day, right? It's just
Yep.
another day. It ends with
I
Y,
like
just like the
that.
rest of them,
Yeah.
right?
I
So,
like that.
and like, I just have to get them out that mind. I try to find ways to get them out that mindset because, like I said, we all been conditioned that way, right?
Right.
Just like with our jobs, right? Monday through Friday and Saturday, Sunday, we're just gonna chill and relax,
Yeah.
spend all our money, and it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
You and I are entrepreneurs, so
Yeah.
we don't have the luxury
Yeah.
of every day.
Yeah.
We're working every
Yeah.
day. We don't have that 9 to 5 where we're
Exactly.
off on the weekend. Like we're always on.
Yeah, and I
So,
think it's-
and I think that's where our mindset comes
yeah.
because we're always on and we're always staying positive. Even on the bad days, we got to get up and do what we got to do anyway, man.
Exactly.
And being coaches ourselves, that's where our discipline ties
Yeah.
in a lot tighter because we got to practice what we preach too.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I would agree on that because, like I said, we're entrepreneurs and we understand that, and not,
Right.
a lot of them don't. But somebody that's not an entrepreneur, how would you try to change their mind, shift their mindset to help them to stay on track on the weekends?
Man, to help them change their mindset on the weekends, what I do is I actually just keep it real with them.
Yeah.
There's really no other way
Yeah, it
but
isn't,
to
yeah.
keep it real with them, and I'll educate them the best I can, all right? So you've done all this throughout the week, all right? And then you go off the rails and you do this. So my clients, they text me every single day what they eat, even on the weekend, even if it's bad or whatever. So I'm like, okay, you've eaten all of this on the weekend, so you messed all this up. So these next couple days are, you're just stacking on top of all this stuff you messed up
Yeah.
on top of that, So we, it's just educating them. A lot of people, my mom always told me this: if you don't have an understanding of something, then you'll abuse it.
Yeah.
And people abuse their rights to have a coach and a meal plan and everything like that because they don't have a real understanding. And if
Yeah.
you're a good coach, you're going to start gradually giving your clients an understanding of what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that, man. And that too. I even told some of my clients this last week, and I'm like, hey, just because you hire me doesn't mean it's a magic pill. We still got to put in the fucking work.
Yep.
Monday through Sunday.
Yep.
Monday through Sunday, we still got to do this. We still got to.
Don't be telling people you, my client, you out there turning up on the weekend like that every weekend. You know, if it's your birthday, that's fine. But other than that, what do you celebrate?
Yeah, I'm Coach JT Clark.
Yeah,
chugging all them shots.
Yeah, I got you. Shout out to y'all. Know who y'all are, man. Y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah, but even then, I'll be patient with some of them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I understand. I've been in the same position.
It takes time to create that type of discipline, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. And I will say this, man. A different topic. Another misconception, man, is like I don't know, bro. Like I see a lot of BS out here, man, and the one thing that I really like that really gets me upset is like this. What's it called? The Ozempic shit. The Ozempic.
Ozempic. What is that?
The weight loss drugs. My bad. The weight loss shots.
Okay.
I've been seeing a lot of people taking them, and they're losing a lot of weight, and they're just looking like. They're just doing shortcut ways. It's like another drug out there that helps you lose weight faster.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done my research on that.
Yeah.
In particular, but that can't be good for you because in the long run, yes, it's going to help you lose weight faster, but it is not teaching you better habits and helping you create better habits. And at the end of the day, you cannot outwork better habits with pills and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's like, a doctor. You go to the doctor, what if you got an open wound, he just put some Band-Aids on it, but then you go and cut yourself in that same wound. That's the same exact thing you do every time that you are taking all these pills and then going and eating bad and doing all kind of stuff, that doesn't line up with your diet. So my thing is I tell my clients about when it comes to supplements in general, right? There are a lot of them out there that are very helpful, but let's focus on your nutrition first. Then we can hit up those supplements, So, the game.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But a lot of people want that quick fix because they know they're not going to have the discipline to do it.
Yeah.
That's why we got like BBLs and all this other stuff going on, these quick fixes, these mommy makeovers and everything. They just don't have it. Now, I respect some of the people who get that and then they at least hit the gym consistently. And they're trying to eat and stuff like that, but they want that shortcut. Okay, by all means, take it.
Exactly.
Just make sure you're doing the right things that are going to keep you healthy.
No, that's true.
Right.
Hell yeah. And I'm just asking because I had clients that took these drugs, right, did the shortcut ways, but then they come back to me. They're like, hey, this shit didn't work. I'm back to square one. So
it didn't work at all?
Yeah, like it works. Like they lost the weight, but like we said, the habits.
Yeah.
They didn't change the habits, so they ended up going back to square one, and then we had to go work out anyway.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, if you're gonna do these things, if you're not changing your habits, you need to understand you're gonna go back, and so you need to change your habits. If you're gonna do any of that stuff, change your habits while you do it, so that way you can make the most out of it,
right?
And not waste your money, because that's what it is.
Yep. I had another client. Gastric bypass, or the whole thing where they make the stomach smaller and everything like that. And again, for you people out there, if we want to talk about misconceptions, does that actually help you lose weight? Heck yeah. You got a smaller stomach. You're taking in less calories and everything.
You're in a calorie deficit.
Yeah, you're at a calorie deficit.
Forced to be at a calorie deficit.
But that also messes up your hormones and all other kinds of things too. So there's certain medicines and everything that they try to help put you on as well to help balance all that. But the number one thing that's going to balance it is your healthy eating. And I have personally seen people get those surgeries, lose all that weight, look great. Everybody praising them. They went to the gym 2-3 times and made a post. And then next thing you know, a year later, they had gained all of it back, if not more. And then did the surgery again. And then, so,
that's crazy,
man.
Now, the thing is, my mom took one before, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked it. Like, she lost a lot of weight. And it's funny because she was training with me, and everyone was like, hey, man, you doing good over here. She lost a lot of weight. And I'm like, it wasn't because of me.
Yeah.
But I'm helping her work out and all that stuff. But she got it off.
Yeah.
And she looks healthier now.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean? Like, she looks healthier. Like, I was looking at her, like, because a lot of these drugs and shit, like, they'll be like, since they can't eat, right? And food is fuel.
Yeah.
Food is fuel. It's not something you should be neglecting or depriving yourself of. They're over here feeling tired and sluggish. I could see it, and her energy level was just like, looked like a zombie, or felt like her energy was just like low.
Yeah.
And then now she's off of it. I'm like, hey, mom, you look sound and look a whole lot healthier.
That's awesome,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
That's awesome.
And that too is just like, and a lot of them, even one of my clients yesterday, she had one, She's like, no, I wish I wouldn't have took it. You know what I mean? Because she could have done it, and she could have done it the right way, but it just would have took a little bit longer. And I feel like people
Right.
lack that patience. That's why they do these things.
Yeah.
I don't blame them, because I want
Yeah.
shit fast too.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you do stuff fast and you do a shortcut, like it's not really even a shortcut.
Yeah.
You know, imagine doing a shortcut and you still lose the race. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that'll make no sense. To me. Like, that's what it's
Yeah,
like.
that's exactly.
It's like, no, you
it.
should have done it right the first time.
Yeah.
You know.
Heck yeah.
But I respect people that, like I said, at least
Yeah.
they're trying. I like people that try.
They're trying, and then
Yeah.
you know, overall, like it's safe to say we're not knocking these methods.
Yeah.
We're just knocking the mentality behind the methods, where there's this lack of discipline and a lack of creating the good habits that will keep you healthy.
Exactly.
So if you're gonna do your thing, but pick up the good habits. You know,
Exactly.
you'll get there quicker with it, and we applaud you for it. Stick to
Exactly.
continuing to stay to your habits and your disciplines.
Exactly.
You know?
The point is,
hire a
change-
coach.
Yeah. And the point is, just change your habits.
Yeah,
change your
them.
habits. I don't give a damn what you do. Just
Yeah.
change your habits. You'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
But hell yeah. But and this too, like I've been coaching for a long time, and this is
Yeah.
funny because I did in person right when I kind of did. I did in person for like 10 months. and-
Okay.
Before I stopped. But I remember when I first started, it was like, no, what if I just pick up heavy ass weight, just pick up weights 5-6 days a week, like that's all I need. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think for a long time I didn't get a lot of progress because I wasn't focused on my nutrition.
Yeah.
You know, and I would say, like, what percentage of results do you think are mainly come from nutrition, and what percent come from exercise?
I don't know about percentage. I personally like to say 100% from nutrition,
Yeah.
but you know, the whole 80-20 rule, 80% nutrition, 20% your fitness level and
Yeah.
everything. And there's that. If you need to start with the fitness part of it, start there. You know, naturally you're probably going to be hungry and everything and want to eat more. So
Yeah.
let's start making healthier choices with eating and everything. And that's why I say a lot of y'all got to study or hire a coach. Because, again, I have my clients send me pictures. That first week, I don't even give them directions. Just send me what you think is healthy. And a lot of people have a very big misconception on what is healthy. And
Yeah.
that leads to another whole
Exactly.
conversation on another
and this-
misconception, what foods are actually healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
And I want
So-
to ask about that too. Like, since we're going there, that's actually
Yeah.
what I want to ask. Like, it's not even like what foods are healthy, but a lot of people don't like try to diet because they think that healthy food is more expensive than it is for fast food. Or
No, actually, if you do,
Yeah.
you a math guy. If you really do the math, the other food is actually more expensive.
Exactly.
You know? So
we're trying to tell them.
yeah, and food, especially fast food, is getting more and more expensive every day, man. Like, and it's just much easier to go somewhere and get your good food at a cost-effective place like the grocery store or something.
Yeah.
And eat from there. But even then, it's on the menus. It costs about the same to eat, you know, this burger than it does that salad that they have on there as well. So
Yeah.
you know, the misconception on, you know, what is healthy and everything. I know you like to go into balance and portion sizes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I saw some of your content, which was pretty cool, where you actually went to a Chinese restaurant, but you was like, hey, we're going to split this in half. And since we're splitting in half, that's 2 meals. That splits the cost in
Yeah,
half too.
yeah.
You know, so that right there, that was
Yeah.
work right there. I like that.
That thing, you know,
Yeah.
there's gonna be more content like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm big on like budgeting. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of people, different walks of life. You know what I mean? Like a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that just do anything, right? People that have regular jobs, and
Yeah.
you know, in this economy, you know, everyone's like trying to focus on their budget, right? Trying to
Right.
save money. And so that's what I want to, you know, gear my content towards and show them, like, if you really think about it, because I'm a math guy, yeah, like you said, like I'm good
Yeah.
at fucking math, bro.
Okay.
And like it is cheaper, right? Because what is fast food? It's not whole ingredients,
Yeah.
right? Look, a friend of mine went to McDonald's. I'm lying. I went to McDonald's. And,
Friend of mine.
I had I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah.
I got a meal from there, and an hour later, I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not whole food. It's not even like, it's not really satiating. And I get like double burgers. Like I get like the doubles. I don't be getting no
You
little
get
shit.
what they call it, the Super Big Mac, where they put like
Man,
all these
I
extra
get
patties in.
I get 2 Big Macs and I stack them together.
Yeah,
know,
there's I
yeah.
forget what they call it, but
Yeah.
I seen it somewhere. Not that I go to McDonald's, but I seen it somewhere where they got like, you can order it's like a Super Big Mac or something.
Yeah.
Ask them about it next time you go. So
Yeah.
we over here talking about eating McDonald's anyway.
But I really think about it. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, I try it myself. I'm like, no, this shit is not like, it's cool. I like it. I like, you know,
Yeah.
fast food. I'll eat it, but then I'm like, man, 2 hours later, I'm hungry again.
Yeah.
And then I eat like a whole food meal, right? Like chicken breast, You know, like the recipes I be cooking, and shit, I'm not. I don't have to eat for another 3-4 hours.
Yeah, bro. And about that, like I like to make my burgers at home. You know,
Yeah.
like I know how to. I
Show
know
them
what I'm
recipes,
doing in the
man.
kitchen,
You over
bro.
here gatekeeping recipes, man.
Hey,
Post
man. There's a lot of different ones, man. But I
Yeah.
like to make my burgers at home, and it tastes better, cleaner,
Yeah.
and it fills you up a whole lot more,
Yeah.
bro. And then you can make multiple burgers, you know, as opposed to spending $13
Yeah.
on that Big Mac meal. You know, I could spend $13 and get like at least 4 patties, you know.
Exactly.
So
And that too, like they don't really think about it. Like when you get fast food, look at it. Look at what most people are eating. Like they're not eating. Not a lot of people eating burgers. You know what I mean? I look at what people eat. It's like mostly like pizza. It's like a lot of high carb,
heavy.
high fat, carb
Yeah.
heavy foods that are not. What carbs are not is filling as protein. Like we know this already is.
Yes.
We did our research with nutrition. We've been coaching, and people are like, hey man, how come this costs more? And it's because it's not that it costs more. Is that you're hungry, you're gonna eat again, and where are you gonna eat next time? It's probably not gonna be no protein. It's definitely not gonna be high protein. It's probably not going to be satiating. So then you're going to eat again another 2 hours, and guess what it's going to be? Maybe some fucking something from Chick-fil-A. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Or they may skip meals altogether, and then at that point, you know, their insulin levels and glucose levels are all over the place, and they have no control, and so they just go all in on eating whatever, you know, or go grocery shopping while hungry, which is the worst mistake. I personally, if I'm hungry and I go grocery shopping, I'm going way over budget. And I'm getting stuff that don't even make no sense. So stay on top of stay on top of your food. Don't be skipping meals. That's another misconception I think you were had mentioned earlier or whatever. As far as skipping meals, how do you feel about that, man?
Yeah, look, here's the thing too. I've been doing my research more on skipping meals, and I would say this, like, look, a lot of our goals, like, I mean, I'm speaking for me and my clients. Right? Our goal is we're trying to build muscle, get toned, right? Build muscle. What does that require? A high protein diet.
Yep.
You know, and look, protein is hard to get, like, a lot of it in from food. Like, it's difficult to get in. So, you know, skipping meals is going to make it, like, come on, let's be real. If I skip fucking breakfast, I skip lunch, you think at dinner I'm going to eat 200 grams of protein or 150 grams of protein in one meal? Hell no.
And your body's not going to process all of that, right? It only processes a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats per hour anyway. Everybody's a little different, but more or less, you're only processing a certain amount. So we need to eat those amounts throughout the day so that our body is in that constant state of repair, which is going to help us build muscles faster.
Exactly. I agree with it. And that too, like I used to be against fasting. I'm like, man, fuck fasting. That's just some lazy shit and y'all just do that. And really the point of it is like they're doing that method in order to like restrict themselves for calories.
Right. You restrict it. And if we want to talk about it, I'm not going to go too scientific on it, but it is, we fast sometimes, and depending on how you fast, right? So that your body starts to use your fat as energy, right, at that point. And that's the main reason why most people want to fast is so their body does that, you know. And once you break that fast, you want to break it with a high protein so that your insulin levels stay balanced. Because what happens is if you break that fast with like some carb or some sugary thing, your insulin level is going to spike up, and what happens with that spike, it crashes. And so when you have those crashes up and down, your body starts to store fat, right? But if you line it out with protein and a balanced meal, then your insulin levels stay lined out and you're not holding on as much fat, and your metabolism is continuing to burn through fat and everything.
Got you.
Right.
Got you.
Check me if y'all don't.
You know,
like I said, if I'm wrong, if I said something wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I got you. I don't practice fasting because I eat a high protein diet. Like every meal is gonna have at least 30 to 40 grams. Like 30 grams minimum.
I fast a little bit, so I kind of do some intermittent fasting is what I do. So I let my body naturally detox in the morning, and I don't eat until noon, right? So I had my meal a little late today. Like earlier, he caught me eating Chipotle, but it was healthy. It's chicken and rice, you know what I'm saying? And I had some avocado in there. And so, you know, I started that first meal around noon, and then I continue to eat every few hours after that. You know, in between, I don't care if I got a client or whatever. I'm eating in front of y'all. I don't care, you know. And so I'll do that between like that and about 9 o'clock sometimes. You know, it's a long fast period where I'm eating, but that's just what works best for me, you know?
Yeah. That's the thing, too. Like, I'm not against it. Like I said, now I get, you know, more more knowledgeable in like nutrition and stuff. Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
not against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as long as you hit, like for me, my clients, as long as you hit your damn calories and your
Yeah,
protein,
hit your
I don't
calories.
give a damn. I don't give a
Yeah,
damn what
so
you do.
across the board, man, like
Yeah.
do what you got to do to hit your numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how I am with my clients as well. But you had asked me earlier, what do you do with these people who have 9 to 5s and stuff? And what are the number one thing? Oh, I don't eat breakfast and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force you to eat breakfast, all right? But you are going to eat lunch. We're not going all day and everything, because calories are the number one thing. Is calories is energy,
Yeah.
right? And your body needs energy. It needs the carbs and everything, which turns into glucose. Your brain runs off of it. So if you want your brain to function out the highest level,
Yeah.
eat.
Exactly.
All throughout the day, it is your energy. Don't just rely on coffee and energy drinks and caffeine and everything to get you through your day. You need that food. It also helps for your cognitive function as well, right? I know you're heavy into the muscle building. And of course, across the board, get your calories in, because it's going to help you with your muscle building as well. If you don't expect to gain no muscle.
Exactly,
Old
yeah.
school bodybuilders, they ate some of everything in order to get that size and muscle to grow, man, especially in the off season. You look at those guys like CT Fletcher and Cali Muscle and all them, they would mix everything. CT was on McDonald's heavy, back when it was probably like 50 cents a burger, and then you got old videos of Cali Muscle just putting everything into shakes that he can and all of that. And, there's like, his whole thing was like, you don't eat, bro, you ain't never going to get swole. You're never going to build the muscle you need to build.
Yeah, food is fuel, man.
Food
You
is
know
fuel.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it don't matter how you get it in. You know what I mean? It's, as long as it, like, everything.
That's how fasting was when I first was introduced to fasting a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
It was intermittent fasting. It was a little extreme back then, but through trial and error, I've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
But through trial and error, I kind of found what worked for me. But that's how it was explained for me. It was like, listen, you're in a car and you fill that car up with gas or whatever. Women usually like to wait till it get all the way on E. It still run the same though. Men like to keep it filled. Women like to fast all the way till it's on E. And it's the same thing. You fueling your body up, and as long as you're hitting your numbers, you're gonna be able to gain some muscle out of it. You get some good results, but it's at some point you got to have a structure to line you out.
No, definitely. And that, like I said, different strokes, different folks. You know what I mean? Some people like fasting, some people can do that the rest
So
of
do
their
you
life.
hate fasting?
No, I don't have nothing against it.
Okay.
For me, like my ideology is like I love food. I love eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
So you eating in the morning,
like, I'm eating in the morning,
midday, noon, night.
I eat all the time of the day. I don't give a damn. what
Yeah,
time
and
of
ain't
the day.
nothing wrong with that either, man. It's just some people got to figure it out for themselves, and if it's easier for you to fast that way, don't be going no days fasting now. But anyway, that's another conversation.
No,
I
it is,
don't want.
we can have that next time on Wealth and Wellness, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but other than that, hey, appreciate you here, JT. Hey, we're going to catch y'all later. Appreciate y'all for joining. This is a short episode, but we're going to come back next week and have another one for y'all. But, we're going to talk more about business on next one.
Yes.
So make sure y'all stay tuned for that one.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.